I'm Robie Halip. I'm from the Kalanguyan Kankana Indigenous Peoples in the Philippines. I'm with the Right Energy Partnership with Indigenous Peoples. We're here for almost 3 days now attending the annual governors meeting of the Asia Development Bank. And so far for Indigenous peoples, this space has been quite limiting in terms of us being able to raise concerns coming from directly affected communities by ADB projects. Discussions that are happening here are more of talking about market-based mechanisms, commodification of nature, mining of critical minerals, but not talking about the impacts that it would have to communities. So far, the spaces given for Indigenous peoples in this annual governors meeting were more curated ones, and not really giving that safe space for affected communities to be able to directly air out their concerns and not having that kind of interaction where their concerns will be addressed by concerned departments within the ADB. We do call on the Asia Development Bank to seriously look at the impacts of their projects to Indigenous peoples, not just looking at reducing or minimizing the risk, but really making sure that development interventions do not adversely impact Indigenous peoples, but instead support Indigenous peoples' self-determined development. We look forward to the implementation of the new ESF, the Environmental Social Framework of the ADB that integrates free, prior, and informed consent. And we also look forward to the strengthening of ADB's accountability mechanism, which so far by now it's inaccessible and ineffective for Indigenous people. So we call on further strengthening of that and more safe spaces for Indigenous peoples to engage. Given the increasing reprisals, ADB has a responsibility to put in place a protection mechanism and not put the responsibility only to borrowers and clients.